Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have the beast from the East, of course, from the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I am talking about none other than Nikita Kucherov. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's hop right into how to make this build for y'all. Now, to recreate Nikita Kucherov, there's probably a couple different archetypes you could go with. Probably a sniper because he does have a remarkable shot. I'm not sure, maybe a PMD if you could really kind of work it, but I'll be honest, I decided to go with a playmaker, and I think it's pretty simple the reason why. If you've ever seen Nikita Kucherov play, he does have a remarkable shot, but the reason he has such a good shot and is able to open up such good lanes for himself is because he is such an incredible playmaker. So that is exactly what we are going to make him. We are able to make him his actual height and weight, which is 6 foot even and 180 pounds. It's like literally the perfect ESHL height and weight because we get, you know, that +1 speed for the 180 pounds. He does, of course, shoot left-handed, and abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. First, for Kucherov's technique attributes, we're, of course, going to add 5 to the speed because he is a pretty fast skater, so we, of course, do want to credit his speed. We're going to add 2 to agility because he is a pretty agile skater as well, so we also wanted to credit that. Then add both 1 to both wrist shot and slap shot accuracy, and take 4 off of your bounce as well. Next, for Kucherov's power attributes, we're going to add 4 to acceleration. We're going to add 3 to wrist shot power, 2 to slap shot power, add 1 to puck control, then just simply take 5 off your endurance, as like I always say, I'm just not focused on showing off the endurance for these players. After that, for Kucherov's playstyle attributes, we're of course going to add 5 to passing, but we're actually also going to add 2 to defensive awareness, add 3 to stick checking, and 1 to offensive awareness because Nikita Kucherov, I mean, for a winger especially, he is definitely not a bad defender. I mean, he's not the greatest by any stretch, but I mean, for a wing, like I said, he is a pretty solid defender and can play defense when he really needs to. But of course, we are going to take 5 off of body checking as well because he is definitely not really known for laying down the body, that's for sure. Then for tenacity attributes, like with most of these players, we're of course going to add 5 to hand-eye, add 5 to strength, but now that we've actually gotten the increased skill points of the new season of World of Chell, we no longer have to take 5 off both shot blocking and durability. We just have to take 5 off shot blocking and 1 off of our durability. And finally, for Kucherov's tactics attributes, I know that this is going to be weird because I don't normally struggle to kind of where to put these tactics attributes because it's usually really straightforward. However, with Kucherov, it is not as straightforward because of course you add 5 to deking, there's no question about that. But then you have 50 extra skill points and it's like, what do you do with that? He's not a center, he doesn't really take faceoffs, so we don't need to increase his faceoffs at all. Discipline, you know, Kucherov is a dirty player at times, especially when his team goes down. He has a history of quite the dirty plays. So discipline, I don't know how I feel about that. And he just doesn't really fight either. So where do we put those extra 50 skill points? I decided to really just throw them in discipline. I mean, like I said, I know he's kind of a dirty player and he makes a lot of undisciplined plays, but I really just didn't know where to put those extra skill points. If we wanted to leave them extra, we really could have, but I figured there was no point in just having 50 extra skill points for no reason. Now, going back to abilities, for Nikita Kucherov's zone ability, we of course had to give him some type of passing ability, or it would have probably just been completely wrong, because like I said, he is such a remarkable playmaker. He just always finds the open man or the open shot if it ends up being available for him. And tape to tape is good, but I feel like the best gold ability to represent Nikita Kucherov is of course third eye. Reason for this is because, like I just said, no matter where you are on the ice, he will always find the open man and always make the open pass, no matter where or no matter how difficult that pass is. Next, for Kucherov's superstar abilities, for his first one, I think it's pretty obvious what we're going to go with here, and that is of course 1T, because Nikita Kucherov has an absolute rocket of a freaking one-time shot. Now, for his second ability, it was a little bit more difficult because I was really debating, do I give him something like Snipe or make it snappy where he can kind of have a better shot just all around, or I was debating, do I give him some kind of like stick handling or something like that. And ultimately, I did decide to go with a stick handling one, and I did decide to go with puck on a string. Reason being is Nikita Kucherov is just an absolutely remarkable stick handler, and no matter what, no matter the type of traffic, he is really good at keeping the puck on his stick and maintaining control through the traffic. So puck on a string is absolutely perfect ability to represent that. And finally, for Kucherov's boost, for his first one, we are actually going to go with controlled deking. The reason for this one is pretty simple. I mean, 88, it was probably good. It could have been accurate to represent Kucherov for World of Chell, but with everything else, I just felt like we could have upgraded it a little bit more. So I did give him controlled deking. For a second one, I was really debating what to do for this second one, but ultimately I decided to go with disciplined IQ here. Reason being, like I said, his defense is really solid for a winger, especially now. I mean, it's definitely gotten better throughout his career, but especially now his defense is not bad for a winger, so I wanted to represent that and show that off at least a little bit for him. And this is how we recreated Nikita Kucherov right here in the ESHL. Let's hop right into game one and show y'all what we can do with this build. Let's get it. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game one with the Nikita Kucherov build. And I know you're probably very confused because this was supposed to be a Zegras build first, and the Kucherov build was supposed to be coming this week, but I had to throw a little bit of an audible, unfortunately, and there's good reason for that, and it will make sense when the Zegras build comes out. But if y'all know anything about the challenges and all, I promise y'all it obviously will make sense. But with that being said, for now, we of course have the Kucherov banger for y'all boys. Oh, yes, let's go, baby. And we hit the fucking Kucherov already, fellas. Our challenge for this one, of course, was to hit the Kucherov move, a.k.a. the no-shot deke. And that we just hit there. It wasn't the cleanest because, like I said, oh, wait. Another one? A little two for special? Hold up. But this is exactly what we were looking for from this Nikita Kucherov build. I mean, he was the leading point scorer for the whole league once again this season. So you know we, of course, were going to have to put up a bunch of points with this Kucherov build in this one. Go, go. Oh, fuck. Okay. The angle was just not right on that one, sorry. Fucked up the angle, but we might as well just go for the hat trick of all Kucherov goals at this point. Fuck it. Oh, okay, yeah. Hopping into the second period with this Nikita Kucherov build, he is, of course, a two-time, almost three-time cup winner if they did not lose, of course, to the Colorado Avalanche, unfortunately. Just like that goal right there was super fucking unfortunate. But of course, he is also a three-time Art Ross, including back-to-back last season and this season that just passed, of course. And then he's also a one-time Hart winner and also a two-time Ted Lindsay winner as well. And I mean, his accolades are just absolutely freaking insane, especially when you consider he was a late second-round pick, of course, 58th overall in the 2011 draft by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Having those accolades for that late of a draft pick is literally the definition of a steal. Oh my gosh, what a block. Oh, no. Let me stop fucking around. Let's stop trying to go for this Kucherov, and let's just make the right play. Plain and simple, that's how we fucking do it, baby. Hello? Oh, yeah, what an absolute fucking snipe there from Kucherov. Long Island's got a hold of it along the wall. Time ticking away, and he comes up big. Oh, yeah, baby, just how we drew it up. Let's go. Hopping into period 3, and of course, I have not talked about it, but we are, of course, rocking the Kucherov. I believe this is 2022 or 2023 All-Star jersey. These are some of my favorite All-Star jerseys. They were the, obviously, kind of Miami Vice type jerseys. And I am a huge fucking fan. I have this one, the black one, and I also have the white one that is a Cale Makar jersey, which is also an absolute fucking heater as well. And that is because, of course, I'm actually a pretty big Kucherov fan. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of people who most definitely do dislike Kucherov as a player. Holy shit, I have no idea how Cheeks even just did that. And a good reason is because he has had some dirty plays throughout his career, a few of which being in the 2021 playoffs. There was, of course, two different cross-checks, one on Scott Mayfield on the New York Islanders, and then the other one being on Shea Weber on the Habs at the time in the Stanley Cup final, of course. And I mean, both of these hits, I believe the one against the Habs got him suspended for a game. But I mean, either way, not even just counting that, there's also in 2019 a dangerous hit from behind on Marcus Notivara on the Blue Jackets in the first round of the playoffs when, of course, Tampa was already down in the series. That's not counting the absolute countless slashes that he has tried to get away with and gotten away with for the most part, because, I mean, when Tampa tends to go down, Kucherov really just likes to go for these kind of dirty little slashes that the ref does not look for or will not see most of the time. In reality, he tries to potentially injure an opponent without the ref seeing, and you just really, really cannot fucking do that. Oh, no way! Oh my gosh, what a save! What a save! Oh, we have to finish that. We have to finish that now. Oh, yes. Oh! And of course, if you are a Habs fan, I don't think I need to remind you about the interview from 2021, where he, of course, basically clowned on Habs fans for celebrating like they won the Stanley Cup after they won Game 4, and also basically calling the Vezina a meaningless trophy after Vazzy did not win that year. And of course, even though I am a Kucherov fan, I mean, there's no way to defend and support the things that he did like that, the dirty plays and all that, trying to injure people for no reason. I mean, there's just literally no way to justify stuff like that. So there's, of course, no way I support that. I just think he's a very good player, and I think he's a very entertaining player when he's not doing the dirty bullshit, and that is why I'm a big, big fan of him. Let me see the Superman here, Jag, or something crazy. Let me see something. Let me see something. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't do oh. That's so toxic. That's so fucking toxic. An absolutely incredible first game from the boys. As you see, we had 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 out of our 13 points. GG's to those guys, and a big shout out to them for sticking out in this whole entire game, because a lot of times that would be a rage quit and I would be having to do a third game, but luckily we were able to put up a bunch of points in this first one. So let's hop right into game 2, where I promise y'all some more absolute dominance with this Kucherov build. Let's skip. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 2 with the Nikita Kucherov build, and of course, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get as many points in all as last game, but if we're doing shit like that, we very well might be. But regardless, the one thing that I really did lack in that last game was some 1-Ts, of course, so that is exactly what I'm going to be going for more of in this second one, and hopefully we'll be able to hammer home some 1-Ts in this one. Alright, kid. Fuck. And I sold the bag.
With a stick in front. And he slides it quickly to Kucherov. Winnipeg's got it along the wall.
Bang. Oh, never mind. There we go. Okay, good shit, Jack. I mean, I guess made it a little bit more complicated than it needed to be, but regardless, still a nice little setup there from Kucherov. There it is. Big face-off win. Bang, there we go. That's exactly what the fuck we wanted, boys. A beautiful, absolute rocket of a 1-T from this Kucherov build. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the second period, and I am, of course, going to talk about not only Kucherov, but the Tampa, I guess you can really call it a dynasty that they've really had kind of going since 2015, essentially. Of course, Kucherov is getting up there in age. He is 32. And Hedman, Vazzy also starting to get up there in age. And, of course, Stamkos now being on Nashville. I mean, that dynasty is getting very, very close to coming to an end, unfortunately for Tampa fans, but for Tampa haters, very, very fortunately, of course. But, I mean, what do y'all think? What's their window? I mean, I'm thinking maybe 1 to 3 years at the max for another cup right now, and then probably going to have to enter, maybe not a full rebuild, because they do have a decent farm system, I know, but of course, some kind of rebuild. But even if Kucherov does not get another cup, I still think all of his current accolades are more than enough to solidify him a spot in the Hall of Fame. Let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments below. Does he have these stats and accolades to make it to the Hall of Fame? Or will there be some things that keep him off? And if there is some things to keep him off, what do you think will be the things that are keeping him from getting into the Hall of Fame? Because like I said, he has an absolutely incredible laundry list of accolades. So I do think that he will eventually be a Hall of Famer. And I mean, I think that most people would agree with that statement. Now. Ah, shit. No. Oh, good play. That's me. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the third period, and we, of course, have to get into our player build rankings. Oh shit, what a fucking play. But I do have to give the heads up that we will not be going over the full top 5 because Kucherov will not be in our top 5, unfortunately. But if y'all want to see our most recent top 5, make sure y'all boys click here to check that out.
And that goes off someone in front and doesn't reach the net. And that's off.
That was the craziest shit I think I've ever seen. But Nikita Kucherov will actually be coming in just outside of our top 10 for this one. He will be coming in at our number 11 spot. And the reason for that is pretty simple. I mean, this build is really solid offensively. It's got solid speed, pretty good skater, of course, a very good passer, really good stick handling, but it does lack a little bit defensively, of course. And I mean, it just kind of feels like one of these builds where you kind of just get killed really easily, unfortunately. But of course, like compared to the Nathan MacKinnon build that is coming in just above it, I mean, Nathan MacKinnon, that build's of course a little bit faster than the Kucherov build, and I mean, you know, they're probably around the same offensively, but even with that MacKinnon build, I think it's just a little bit better defensively, and it just doesn't get gassed as easily as all, and that is just a big part of the reason it is going to be coming in just above this Nikita Kucherov build.
Puck grab by Port. Directs it on over to Kucherov. Quick feed down low.
Oh, no way. I just absolutely sold like that, man. That's my fault. Here we go, boys. Hopping into OT, and I most definitely did not expect to be here. But unfortunately, we are, and I was really hoping that we could maybe get a lucky little wraparound right there. Yes. Go. Come on, Cooch. Game on your stick. Let's go, boy. No way, we just sold it.
Won the draw, they're on the attack.
Bang. Oh.
Smith's into the offensive zone now on
Nice.
the attack.
Oh, not nice. Oh my gosh. Yep, there it is.
Where'd that come from?
Go, Jag.
I love his spatial awareness on the ice. He knows
There it is. Holy shit. Thank you, Jag. Holy fuck. I had the game on my stick like 8 times there, and I just could not end it. An absolutely incredible second game from the boys. As you see, we had 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 out of our 6 points on this Kucherov build. Like I said, it was definitely not going to be as many points as that first game, but we were able to squeak out the dub in OT. I know it wasn't the prettiest, but we were able to bury a few nice little 1T goals, and we played pretty well, besides the fact that we did, of course, choke a 4-goal lead, unfortunately. But that is, of course, how we recreated Nikita Kucherov right here in ESHL. If you did enjoy this video and you are enjoying the series, please feel free to drop a like, comment any other players you want to see me recreate in ESHL down below, and sub with notifications on so you don't miss your favorite players in the future. I greatly appreciate you boys watching. Hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.